Hey everyone, Bill McRea here. We got about a minute before we're supposed to go live. I just wanted to kind of check in and see how y'all are doing today. I got kind of a different topic today, uh, a bit of a confession, as well as an explanation, and then some training. So hopefully you'll get a lot out of this meeting. Um, I got to tell you, I work a lot with AI, and a lot of my programming nowadays is just me and AI. My staff is down to one other guy, just because we don't need the labor. We used to have a team of people to be doing projects and handling projects for other clients. And a couple of things. I retired. I started collecting Social Security. Um, I moved into my new home here, which this is my office. And it really is lovely. And it's unbelievable to be able to work from home. Unbelievable to be able to work from home. Let's see what time it is. We're still a minute. And I want to see you guys all get there. So I'm going to give you some really kind of hardcore advice on how things get done. Because I just have this undying desire to be completely bluntly honest with everyone. The first thing I got to say is email marketing is the end solution to all of it. How does it? What do I mean by that? Well, what you get into your funnel, those leads coming in, are where all the business comes from. And the things like running paid advertising to a sales letter, to me, is a sucker's bet. Do I do it? Yeah, I do. But I have some sneaky things that I can do to my sales letters that allow me to get the email address from the client, whether they want it or not. And then I'm not like waking up in the morning and going, I'm going to type up an email and make money today. No, not at all. Each client is going into some little universe and they're prospecting through that universe. So the idea is to target in on what they truly want. Now, with email marketing, and you're buying solo ads and all that stuff, you get kind of like a cloud of leads. Yeah, they're all interested in business opportunity and internet marketing, work from home stuff, but it's a cloud. In that niche that I just described, there's niches. It's not a niche, it's a cloud, it's a market. Okay, so the market is what I described. And if you're trying to wholesale advertise your product to the market, you're going to get random orders here and there and that stuff. But what you really want to do is you want to scale down, focus on your niche, your space. And then you want to run those people through their own little sales funnel designed for that topic that they've showed interest in. And I've taught for a couple of years now, I've taught list segmentation out of a product called Bulletproof Email Marketing, which I no longer run. But it was all about how to segment leads. And I've added in the various courses. And from talking to clients, nobody does it because it's not done for them. It's not easy. It requires effort. And I certainly understand that. I don't want to do it. And I do it partly to demonstrate how to do it. But it's easier, quite frankly, if you kind of do that, narrowing it down up front so that you know you get leads that are already highly interested in what you have to deal with. Okay. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. A lot about, actually. Pay-per-click advertising is how if you go to all the guys who are making 7-8 figures, and I have a friend who moved to Bali, makes $30 million a year. He lives in flip-flops and doesn't drink, as a matter of fact, eats pineapple and sushi in the tropical forests of Bali, I guess, or wherever that is. I've never been there, so I don't know. And he got into pay-per-click marketing in 2014. We went to see a concert together. We drove to a concert and went to go see a company, Bad Company, when they had the original players there, at least 3 of the original players. And it was a great show, by the way. Old farts rock. Now they're, the guitarist died. Anyway, back on topic here. We were on that drive, and he asked me what I thought about Facebook ads. I don't have a Facebook account anymore because Facebook ads, I did not know what I was doing. And they banned me. And I'll probably get back at some point. I just got frustrated and said, okay, maybe I'm stupid, and which is the case. And about 6 months later, I saw Gary again. He goes, hey, dude, I'm moving to Bali. I have a new course I'm teaching. So what's all this 17-year-old on? He goes, well, I'm making about $5 million a month on Facebook ads. Now, this is a guy that was poor before me. So you hear these stories and you're going, bullshit, right? No, I know lots of guys this way. I don't have that sort of success, but very comfortable. He was doing that 30 million a year, not a month. He was doing that with just Facebook ads. And what he was doing is primarily selling. If you go to ClickBank, you'll see these big commissions on scammy diet, weight loss products. And that's what he was doing. He was one of those guys that was running great ads and getting all this money on. But his whole thing was to send paid traffic to a bridge page, which is a great strategy because it goes from that bridge page to the sales letter, and you know that it's a good deal. Now, if you're doing affiliate marketing with paid traffic, you pretty much have to do that because Google or all the pay-per-click networks are not going to let you do the old Google cash thing where you just put in an affiliate, buy links, boom. And finally, he came back and said, well, yeah, we've had to refine that. Usually the more you dig, the more you figure out. What we're doing is using Google lead ads to really narrow in on the market. So it comes right back to targeting. That's my dog over there. It's my little girl, Millie. It comes to targeting. And Facebook ads, I had a training course on that, I think it was 6 years ago, are really, really good for allowing you to target for people's social interests and stuff like that, and then retarget to them. And then once you find the right equation of the type of personalities that buy from you, it will automatically optimize your campaign so that you can get the maximum return. Excuse me. I'm having a Diet Coke here. So anyhow, this is really an extraordinarily effective system. And he was right at the beginning of when people were starting to make money out of it. And people go, well, Facebook's been around forever. Now, Facebook came in early 2000s. I think it was 2005. And the advertising stuff kind of kicked in around 2010, 11. And I didn't, I was killing it with email marketing. Well, I wasn't really doing email marketing. What I was doing was product launches, where I'd create a product and I'd get a bunch of affiliates together and then run over to the email list and send out email and people would buy it. And, I made tens of millions of dollars doing that in between 2009 and 2015, like 8 7-figure products, and some of them were much bigger, really big. Anyway, they were a pain in the ass. I don't like doing product launches, and you can't get people to participate like you used to do back in 2008, 10. Yeah, so I'll team up with someone like Karis and be like the product creator, and then do the marketing stuff. I'm not good at marketing, but so I want to continue that. And it's very obvious that the day of the big bulk emailer is gone. And if you look at what Russell Brunson did with ClickFunnels, okay, guy's a genius, no doubt about it. Is he allowed you to, build a follow-up system, created this graphic interface, and yeah, it's beautiful and powerful and wonderful and complicated, and people have success because they're dropping traffic into a lead capture page on a specific niche. Okay, in his case, he's selling his own product. So if you opt in and you're interested in ClickFunnels, his follow-up campaign works pretty well. But there are people making money with those, and it's not because they're buying SOAS. Yeah, I know Russell, but I'm not good friends with him. So I talked to someone who is, and it's like, look, you see all this stuff, and everyone thinks they're buying SOAS, the Philly sale phone. So the SOAS are a powerful way to get a list, but it is still shotgun marketing. They're using paid ads. And as I think of Jerry and the massive, way more money than I ever made, with the Facebook ads, it got me curious. Probably about 10 years too late. And as I've been able to start doing my own programming, because I don't have to have a team of employees, which is very frustrating because when you're debugging something, if you say anything, you get a hurt feelings and you don't understand. And it's like, no, I want this. Do this. And you have to go around and finally get them to do what you told them to do in the first place. And I'm a nice guy, but I'm like, hey, I said do this. This is what we need, or my customer needs, not what you think, what I'm telling you. Now using Claude to do my programming, you can't go do it yourself. You could try. But the fact is you have to have an understanding of software design. You have to be able to debug it. You still debug it. They don't just come out perfect. You think they would because they're an AI, but the fact is no. Because a lot of what we're doing involves having to connect APIs together. So we're going to take an API from OpenAI, from Anthropic, and maybe an API from Google Ads or Bing Ads or other ads. And we bring them together and we do work with them. But first, you need to understand what it is. Paid advertising gets you different quality leads than buying a SOAD. Let me explain to you why. SOADs are primarily created, there are two ways. Back when I first started, you do a product launch, you had all these leads, and having a new list member was, I'm getting 1,000 a day, so what's the big deal? Do SOAD. Those days disappeared. We went into CPA marketing, which was amazing for leads. But there were a lot of scammers in that. We were getting chargebacks, and essentially the whole product line went bankrupt. I couldn't pay for the affiliate commissions because of the scams that were going on. So my source of leads dried up. And now what people are doing primarily, when you go to buy a SOA from somebody like Udemy, I'll tell you what they're doing. They're either buying and reselling my bulk traffic, which is completely a different thing, or my exit traffic, which is, these are really different. And they're cool because they're brand new guys, but they're not highly targeted. They had a propensity and interest in buying something, so they got added to our list. Being interested in buying are two different things. But I'm going to tell you, if you do pay-per-click right, you're going to add people who are interested in buying into your sales funnel. And if your sales funnel is focused on a specific product and you just let it run, okay, the orders we got today, did I do an email again? Harris does do emails every day for the AI traffic whale. I personally don't. I have funnels set up because I'm lazy and because it's more effective. I don't want to ever come off desperate. Although when you do a product launch, your list members are going to think you're desperate if you're promoting them. So I don't promote a lot of people's product launches simply because my list is huge, but for the most part, not going to buy right away. They got to be cultivated. They got to be persuaded slowly. And people are doing a product launch, they just want sales right now. So I don't impress anyone. All I do is give them leads. I'm not interested in giving my leads away for free, but that's ultimately what happens on a product launch. If you got a good list, you're going to end up wearing that list out really quick. I mean, I made about $3 million on massive past profits in 2010 with the launch. Those leads that I got, I had 40,000 buyers. Can you believe that? I still blows my brain down. Those leads I got, we made way more. We made several million above the product launch. That was my biggest one. Although I did 5 other 7-figure product launches, it got to the point where I'm like, is this hard? I couldn't understand what the big deal was. And then ClickBank went away in 2012 in terms of allowing those sort of really highly suspect, high pressure, blind sales copy. You knew what you were buying with that. Traffic growth. We're selling traffic. It wasn't that way at all with any of those products. With Success with Alan, another big product in 2013. It was huge. Massive income machines and successful. They were products that gave people a very simple service, and I get an order, I fulfill the service, and people would be, oh, look what I got. It was at a time where Google was changing everything that they're doing with the search engine. So no one really made a lot of money buying those sites from us, but it's what I did. So we kept doing it. I was in a niche profit club, and we had a Twitter product, the Twit Automator and the Twitinator. These are some great products, but Twitter got wise to how we were using their API, and in 2 seconds they were dead. Oh, we can't let you do that anymore. And then they were selling the same service to people. We gave them the idea, so they started doing it. So it was kind of an interesting kind of Wild West time. So now what we're doing is we're trying to go, okay, let's play this legit. I want to show you some training that we have. And the reason why, here it is. I showed you this last week, right? Here's all these training classes. It's that if you click on this link or you scan it, You go to this page and you'll see I'll be adding more to this as I have time because I got to create the courses. What I do is I create an outline by opening up a Word document, hitting the record button, and I talk into Word, and then when it's all done, I pour it into ChatGPT and I'll say, organize this, make it read smooth, get rid of all the ums and ahs, whats, and create it so it's a powerful training tool, and it does. And then we implement it into these courses. So this is essentially my brain and how I like to organize stuff for consumption, because I have a need for order. Even though I kind of get on here and ramble on, given a choice, I would like to have some sort of structure to what I'm doing. So let me just show you this right here. This is the Reddit ads. And the reason why I want to show you this is Reddit advertising shocked the living shit out of me. I didn't even know they did pay-per-click. And I'm like, okay. So I don't know anything about Reddit. So I dived into how do we do Reddit. So I'm really serious. How do we run Reddit ads? How do we use them? So what you do is they're very good at allowing you to kind of take that cloud that I described and bringing it down to an audience that's going to be more interested in your products. And what I'm doing with that audience is I'm sending them straight to a sales letter. I told you shouldn't do it. I'm capturing their lead information. Guarantee you. There are tools that will do that for you. It's an AI piece of code that will steal your email address and add you into an autoresponder. And you'll get an email right away that says, thank you for visiting my website. We want to get some more information for you. If you want to opt out, please do. That sort of thing. So you don't even have to opt into my sales letters to be added to the sales letter. You just need to have to land on my pages. I don't sell that because it's a little dastardly, but I want to send you straight to the sales letter because there are impulse buys. And what I'm discovering about Reddit is because of its ability to allow you to select your audience. I'm going to show you how that works here. So don't run away. The good stuff's at the end. It gives you the best opportunity to find that market almost exactly the way you want it. And it's an extremely powerful tool in that regard because the more finely focused your advertising cost is, the more effective your sales funnel is going to be. So where you have this cloud, internet marketing business opportunity, it's a big cloud, or any markets that way. You just want to kind of hone in on what part of that cloud you want. And what doing marketing with the X or Google's really good because its targeting is very effective. They know anything and everything there is about you. So does Facebook. They're basically gigantic AI monsters and have been for quite some time. They're consuming your data, figuring out what rings your bell, and then showing you ads to that thing. And where I thought Google ads were getting less effective, I could be wrong. I still don't run a lot of Google ads because everybody does, and the cost per click is through the roof. I optimize everything what's called return on ad spend. So when I run paid advertising, whether it's with Reddit or Bing or Google Ads, I'm looking for what my ROAS is, return on ad spend. A one return on ad spend means you broke even. Okay, you put $1 in, you got $1 out. My minimum requirement, I won't run a campaign unless I put $1 in and I get $2 out. And we got some campaigns that are running $4 ROAS. When we hone down that target market to what people are really interested in, this is exactly what Jerry was doing with Facebook. And Facebook is a great helper. Now, they don't want you promoting junk. It's for real products. So if you're going to go join my big business opportunity and make $500,000 a month, you ain't going to be able to do this at all. They just don't want that. I don't blame them, because most of those things, you're probably involved in them, and maybe you've made some money. Good. Mostly you won't. But the guys who are really making money are the ones that either come up with that crap, or the ones that find a way to use this atmosphere, this environment, to reach out and promote really solid product. Like my AI Traffic Secrets, that auto blogging program, it's better than Massive Passive. I hate to say that. I'm like, how did I do this? Massive Passive was built by my CTO, really a high-level programmer. And the AI Traffic Secret plugin, which is called the Crasoff Auto Blogger, runs circles around. If you got Massive Passive, keep using it, because that's good. It's the best one out there. Until I wrote my own program and made it better. AI Traffic Secret's available, and it's very inexpensive. And there's not a bunch of bullshit about it. It is what it is. But it's a product I want to sell. And I don't want to go do a launch. I already did a launch around that product. And it was a book. And it was all about selling books at that point. And we made a few $1,000s. It was not a very big deal. But we did it, and it worked, and that was that. I still had the domain name, and then I got this plugin because it was deciding, okay, I got to have a little bit more control over the quality of the post. And I want to know what's going to work for SEO. And the AI Traffic Secret plugin has the SEO scoring and design and template perfect. And the posts look amazing. So that's that. It's a really great plugin. But I want to promote that, and I don't want to do product launch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell it on Reddit and Bing. Reddit and Bing are about, let's say Reddit's 60% less expensive than Google AdWords. And you're going to see something here in a minute. And Bing is 30% less expensive than AdWords. The volume you get from Reddit and Bing is a lot less than you'll get out of Google Ads. But what you do is you use these platforms to formulate and find winning campaigns. And if you got to make more money, you can move them to Google. So I'm not that good at running ads, but I've been programming for 46 years. So let's go to work and see what we can do. I'm going to show you how I'm running my Reddit campaigns. It's the software that I wrote for my own use. I'm not promoting it in the market, but it's the idea, and it may be something I do sell. I don't know. It's the idea, and the light bulbs are like boing, going off. And so you got this training, and this is really showing you exactly what you need to do. I mean, it's bingo, bango, bongo. And in time, we'll have an audio version. And I'll probably, I'm writing my own video program as we speak so that I can take and have all the training have video on it as well. That's complicated and I need help with it, but I am working on it. Um, so that is what I'm doing now is I'm saying, okay, so I want to get a sale, boom. But I also want to fill my sales funnel. So I got my little secret AI program that steals your information and adds it to my, we use a CRM. I do not use another program for that. I use the CRM for my leads. So I can keep GetResponse separate. I have my own SMTP massive servers set up for running my bulk email business, which is why I live in San Antonio, because there's all the SMTP engineers between Austin and San Antonio. They weren't in San Diego, so I moved. And I love it here, by the way. It's so much cheaper and quieter, more God-centric. I won't go back to California, I guarantee you that. We got out right before any Twosome Newsome came along. Thank God for that. But let me show you how you're able to use and how you can target. You can do this manually. This course will teach you exactly how to do it. What are the subreddits? Why they're freaking, they matter, and how to actually convert and create your campaigns. It's all right here. I mean, I could make this into a course. Really, honestly, every one of these courses done, by, like a live coaching, blah, 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 could be created. And, I might get talked into it. Could be like a 6-week live training for $29.95. And you get the software with it. I might do something like that. But I'm going to switch over to the software. Okay, let's make sure. Okay, good. This is software I created myself. Now, what do Reddit ads look like? Let's switch over here to Reddit. If you come into Reddit, you'll see it's kind of like, Facebook news feed or YouTube, pictures and stuff. And every once in a while you'll see something and it'll say promoted right here. Oh, that's cool. Let's learn more. That's an ad right there. Okay. What this guy is doing is he's advertising it into a subreddit that is highly focused on his interests, right? That's how you target with this. You don't target with keywords. You target by picking subreddits. So go back over this program. Make sure I'm in the right spot. Okay. What this does is will automatically suggest the subreddits to place the ads in. And you just tell it the AI suggests, and it creates all the subreddits, and you can add in the ones you want to add that are right here. So this ad will run in, and it's going to be the AI Traffic Secrets plugin, which is a blogging program, right? Coming to this sales letter. Now, I used Claude to help me optimize this sales letter. So it's designed to convert for pay-per-click advertising. There's also a little thing in there I'll add you to my email list. So if you come here and you're already in my email list, don't worry, you're only going to be in at one time. Maybe, I don't know. So I'm going to switch back over here. So the big trick is on the Reddit page is picking the subreddits that you want to promote in. You don't necessarily want to promote in that big cloud. You want to focus on it. So what my software does is I couldn't figure it out. Is because we're able to AI is an amazing search engine. We're able to literally scrape the subreddits. So obviously this little software program here is blogging. So I don't have to lie to him and say this is going to make you $40 million. I'm selling a good piece of blogging software to people who already want blogging or SEO or affiliate marketing or WordPress because I picked those. So what all I did was say, AI suggest, click that link, went out, did some thoughts, came back with these campaigns. I selected the ones I wanted. And now, let's, Pro WordPress, I had that in. You can see the number of people that are looking at these. It's huge. Okay. And then you can tell it to generate ad copy. And then you can use that ad copy and come down here and have it generate an image for it. And ultimately, what that's going to do is it's going to take that campaign, it's going to post it over, this is what I'm working on right now, because doing manual advertising is a bitch. It's going to come over here and place these ads for me. And I'm going to get clicks because it's targeted. And those clicks are going to go to a sales page. There's no affiliate link involved. Going straight to this page. You can't put a naked affiliate link in your pay-per-click advertising. That's why there's grid pages. Well, this is a bridge page. It's a sales page. But I'm also able to capture your lead. Thank you very much. And stick you into a funnel. So what the system will do is it'll go, oh, hi, this is Bill McRea. Is he already on our get response? Or I can't remember which CRM we're using. Are they on my CRM? Fine. If they aren't, we'll add you in. So it's going to make sure that you're not already on there. If you're already on there, there's no sense sending you two different emails, unless you have two different email addresses. It all drives off of email, right? It doesn't really matter whether you, if you have two different email addresses, then there you go. So let's go over here back to our system here. So we're going to run these ads and these various subreddits, and the software is not done. I'm working on the image generation stuff right now. So I can tell it to be photorealistic and then run an ad. That's not working yet. The code for the buttons there, but nothing else. And then ultimately what we'll do is we will post that campaign to Reddit, and then we'll have a second little section in here, which is going to keep track of the ad. So I can look at how much I'm generating. I'm going to click sell. There'll be another section here that's going to totally look at return on ad spend. So we can look at each campaign daily. There'll be like a little plugin uh, that is going to take and show you what your return on ad spend is for your campaigns. Now, the important thing to understand about return on ad spend, as I say, everyone goes right here, right? Most people aren't going to buy. 99% will not buy. They might bookmark it, they might come back to it, but they're probably not going to buy. So for a long time, the emphasis was on copywriting. How you write a sales letter that is so compelling you'd buy it yourself. And, we have all that. That's why you have all I got $42 million by lifting up my phone type of sales letters. They were effective in making people who didn't even know what they're buying grab in and buy what they want to buy. That is not what we're doing. What we're doing is saying, I'm interested in blogging. I'm going to go look at this ad because it's interesting. And if you have a blog and you know your SEO is bad, well, wouldn't it be nice to be able to log in and kind of see how your blog posts are doing? And make sure that our strategy for is working well. So I'm going to just share this tab. Okay. This is one of my blogs. What we're looking for is content that's above 70, hopefully close to 80%. Let's go to a different website. Covery. This is my addiction recovery blog. Okay. I'm going to auto blogger. You see the keywords, there's a bunch of keywords. So I got a broad selection of content that we can do. But I want to, first of all, we have SEO Fixer, and we'll go out and make sure that the on-page SEO is done right. But here are the SEO scores. What we're looking for are scores above 80. And these scores look at the number of words, what the post looks like. Okay, so you got the graphics here. We have the content, which is really well formatted, put together, more graphics in the middle. We have a couple places designed into the software to get people to click. This is a monetization link, so it could be whatever you want, yours. And it has the FAQ section, which is really it's going to feed the FAQ stuff, is going to feed the answer engine optimization stuff. So you're really taking AEO and SEO and putting it into one thing and creating a very good quality blog post. So it's what I'm saying here is if you look at the SEO scores for older content, they're in the 40s and 50s. Okay. I showed you my SEO tracker program. And the idea is to get more content into the index to get search engine traffic clicks, that lead to AdSense income, which is what I'm really monetizing with this. Okay, so I have all these crappy blog posts, and boom, suddenly 70, 80%, these are getting found and clicked. And some of my websites, the McRea saw, I've noticed like an immediate 20% increase in AdSense income. So I'm adding it to my other websites, as you can imagine. Because, yeah, if we go to here's another one of my websites, 24-hour guitar. You can see this is all ready monetized with AdSense. And now if you go to the blog, you can see the blogging content. It's beautiful. And the ad to it. So this site was getting maybe 10 clicks a month on an ad. But now with the new system, it's getting maybe 30 because the posts are getting indexed. The site looks amazing. And then I let Google optimize ads. So you're going to say, oh, those ads are annoying. Yeah, I don't care. I really do not give a hoot because I want the ads doing what they're doing. Showing up, getting your attention. I was looking to buy a new desk the other day. And I thought about buying a stand-up desk because I need a desk for my recording studio. And so I clicked on an ad somewhere. And this here is an AdWords ad. Okay. So Google knows I was looking for these ads. It's called remarketing. There's a cookie on this computer that says this guy's looking at stand-up desk, a desk that he can use in his studio. And so look at it, it's everywhere. And recently I was searching for internet service providers. I ended up using AT&T in my office here, simply because all I had to do was plug it in. It was already pre-wired with AT&T fiber. And it's great internet, so why not? Just plug it in and $50 a month, you're on the road. I got an auto pay, I don't even, no pain, no fuss. It just gets paid and I don't have to worry about it. It's the way I like things in life. But here you can see again how these posts are structured and how they end up generating traffic from both the answer engine and search engine optimization. Pretty damn cool. I wish I would have knew this 6 months ago. But I wrote this program simply because I wanted to figure out how I can get better results. Search engine results and answer engine results to generate more traffic so I can get more ad clicks. Help me maximize my SEO for AdSense income. And I built that whole, I've showed this to you, the ad track program, where you can keep track of a post. And I guess I can show it to you. What the heck? Again, you can see the quality of my posts go up and down. So it goes down when I add new blogs in. So there's 6 blogs. I got more to add. But let's see. High quality, low quality, overall scores of each blog. I can come in here and see how the performances are. So this is all custom programming I do for me. Why don't I give it away or sell it? I don't know. Because it's, I'm sorry, I should have showed you this page better. I should have, this is proprietary stuff. It's kind of like this, the Reddit ad stuff I showed you. this ad program. This is my proprietary system. Can you build this yourself? Oh, yeah. If you know how to use Claude code, and you know how to debug stuff, I was kind of a system level programmer in the 80s, a long ass time ago. I was building business solutions for my family business, and we were doing really well because we had a great way to get things going. So here I'm spending $20 a day to drive clicks to my traffic. This will eventually be activated and running. This is software you can create for yourself. I have another one for AdWords. I'm not ready to show that to you yet. It needs to be finished. I have people going, Bill, you need to launch that. You can make zillions of dollars. I'm like, yeah, it's a high-end product, but configuring the damn thing and getting approvals for the API code access. I mean, we are a Google and a Microsoft certified programmers now. We had to go to that extent. So if I sell the software, it's not as simple as just plug it in and run it, because you have to set up your own API code. I can't let you run off of mine. It's just the way these things work. So it's great for you to create your own platforms and build your own software and do your own work. But if you're looking to buy a piece of software and really make it work, there's a lot of shit that says, we run your ads for you and you'll make all. It doesn't really work. It don't work. It's not that easy. So let's say here I got this ready to go and I got to create some ads. Generate 3 ads. You can see it's going to generate the ads. Now my other program does the same thing. It will create the ads for you. Okay, I want to use this one. Oh, let's create the image. Push the campaign to Reddit. Let it run. Track the results. It's a full circle. And you guys can do this if you want to invest into the time and effort to program it. Can I take and do this for you? No. No. Here's the thing about a SaaS. Software as a service means you log into my site and you use my tools to do things. We can do that on content because it's fine. But let's say you decide, and I got this lesson about 2009. When I came out of the program called the Twit Automator, which was a fabulous program. And we were selling the shit out of it because it would literally grow your Twitter following and promote your blog post to your Twitter following. And people were generating tons of traffic and money, and things were great. Everyone thought I was a genius. And then this was, but way before Elon Musk bought Twitter, they said, we don't like that. Snip. 500 customers suddenly lost access to the Twitter program. So I created a new version called Twit Automator, and we tried to be stealthy about it. So when you are in a SaaS, software as a service business, running campaigns for people on other people's APIs, whether it is Google or whether it is Bing or Reddit, they don't like it. See, we tried to get the access to the level of certification to allow us to create a SEO tool that would generate ads, what we're looking at from Google. And they're, I go, why don't they let us do that? there used to be all these great tools. What is it called? Market Samurai. What a fantastic tool. It worked unbelievably well. And you could see the SEO and figure out how to change your website and do all this stuff. And it all came to an end as soon as Google said, no, not what we want. You're not allowed to use our API to do keyword search for people. So for my other ad program, which is called McRea PPC, which does the Bing and Google ads, we don't do the keyword search there. We use SpyFu, I believe it is. We come up with all the keywords and the competitors, and we compare ads, and we come up with a better system to run our ads on so we can make money. So when you look at the guys who are making all this money in these wild claims, they're bullshit. If they're someone that goes and figures out how to do it, which is me, then, and you can do it too, then they're probably doing it. And good for them. If they can make it work, and they deserve the money they're making on it. Why am I showing you this? It's not to brag in any way whatsoever. I'm showing you this because I have all this free training here, right? And you can learn everything that actually has to be done to make money. Instagram and Pinterest, TikTok, email, McRea AI support agent. It's got some product training stuff. WordPress. And I'm going to add in Google and Bing real soon. I got to sit down and outline out the courses. Because this stuff isn't simple. But if you've got the time and energy, and we'll go through the course content here, you can do really good. Now, I know of people who are like, oh, you should be selling this stuff and blah, 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 blah. And maybe I'll come out with a big product and you guys can buy it from me. Right now, you can get it for free. A lot of this training is just straight up what I had to figure out myself between me and my AIs. I had to ask the questions. They provided the answers. They helped me program it, but it's all my stuff. And you can do magic just by going through these courses. And let's say you are a business-to-business guy. Take the LinkedIn Authority Growth Blueprint course. Right here. It's long, it's challenging, it's detailed, it's complicated, boring as crap. But if you spend I think it's 180 minutes to read through it while you're working on LinkedIn, you're going to come out with the PhD level training on how to use LinkedIn for authority and business growth. This is for any business. So as long as they are businesses that related to LinkedIn, so it could be, a manufacturer in Toledo, Ohio. They'd benefit from this. So I created all these courses. Here they are. I might package them and start selling this as a high end. But at the end of the day, you got your chance. If you want to apply yourself, come back to this course page every week. There will be something new. It'll be very detailed. I do the works, so all you have to do is learn and not actually have to go anywhere else to study. So I appreciate you coming in today. I hope I didn't bore you too much on my little soapbox journey. I got some comments I didn't respond to. Sorry about that. It was great seeing, we had pretty good turnout today, which is super. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be back next Wednesday at 1 p.m.